you did tell me about all the different things that you guys are working on now. Of all of them, what's the one that's going to get you the closest to Salesforce level?
Oh, that's a good question. There's so many things. So I would say, I'm going to ask you a question. Is that right? Have you ever played Bigger yet? Play Bigger?
Bigger?
Playing Bigger?
No. What do you mean by that?
That's the name of the book, right? Playing Bigger?
Oh, Playing Bigger, the book. No.
Yes. So that book's been interesting. If you guys haven't read it, it's one of the biggest ones as a team we've been reading, but it's all about like designing a category and becoming the king of that category, right? So I feel like we are the king of sales funnels, and that's like that's our category. That's the thing that's going to be there, right? And then if you read through the book, like the next phases is building out the ecosystem that supports you as the category. And the fascinating thing about Salesforce, if you look at it, when and I probably shouldn't say this on video because someday Mark Benioff's going to watch this and he'll be like, I'll never give you money. But like Salesforce isn't great software, right? Like it's this hub that things are tied into. But the reason why they did 13 billion this year, they're trying to get to 20 billion is because they built this ecosystem, right? The ecosystem is what supports this thing and grows it up and builds it. And that's like the next phase. And so I think for us, it's like we have funnels, which are the key that's like, it's like the CRM for them. It's like the central point, but it's then bringing in all the ecosystem, is building up all the other things around it, right?
Letting other people create things on your platform, becoming a platform.
Yes, becoming a true
That's
platform.
The thing. Can you create a platform when what you want is the all-in-one solution, when you're saying, you don't have to plug in your chatbot to our software. We're going to be chatbot software. You don't have to plug in Infusionsoft. We've got email marketing in here, or MailChimp.
It depends, because you could Salesforce is similar too, right? They have their own things that they either acquire and they bring them in, or they build their own things like that. And I think it's a hybrid of that. I think it's we allow people to integrate, because some people have tools they're all like our goal is to always be the best sales funnel builder on planet Earth. We may not be the best email autoresponder in the world. We have one, and that increases our revenue, and people who love us will use our email autoresponder. But there may be some other one that's better. But it's not our big focal point. There may be a chatbot that's got more features, more things. That's not going to be our focus, making it the best, but we've got one built in to make it. So there will be, that's kind of our thought, is that we will have the things included, so that people want to go all in, they can use it. But if they love yours because these things, they can bring that and still bring it in, and then as we grow, who knows what the next phase is. The acquisitions, finding the best partners, people that have most of our members are using, start acquiring companies and bringing them in internally, similar to what Salesforce does, to keep growing the platform
just
from
keep
there.
letting people build on your platform. And then does that make the platform more valuable, or do you guys get a share of the money that people spend on these extra tools?
Both, I think. It makes, Stripe, for example, right? Stripe, I think we processed $1.7 billion through Stripe. We make over $1 million a year from Stripe referral fees for just letting them connect with us, right? And so there's value on both sides. It makes the platform more valuable because people can use it easier. We also make money that direction as well, and those type of things.
Okay. And then what is Actionalytics?
Actionetics.
Excuse me.
So that was Todd's name. He loved that name. Anyway, so Actionetics is it's what we call internally follow-up funnels. So we have sales funnels, which are page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and then a follow-up funnel is send this email, send this text message. Here's the retargeting pixels. Here's the thing. So it's the follow-up funnels. It's all of the communication that's happened after somebody leaves the page with your audience.
And that's a new product that you guys are creating?
Yeah, actually we make more revenue from ActionX than we do from ClickFunnels right now.
Really?
We've never marketed outside though.
I can't get access to it. It asked me for my username and password. I said I don't have that. But how do I sign up for it?
It's only been in beta. So we opened up at Funnel Hacking Live. People signed up there, and then we kept it down for a year, and then we opened it. So 2 Funnel Hacking Lives we opened it at, and then on my birthday we opened it, and that's it. But we have it's like 13,000 members who have upgraded to that. And then we're probably a couple weeks away from the actual public launch, where people will be able to everyone will be able to
and already people are spending more money on that than ClickFunnels?
Because it starts at $300 a month versus $100. So it's an ascension up. So they go from $100 a month to $300 a month. And then the new one, it scales with you. So because we're sending emails and Facebook Message, things like that, it gives us the ability to grow with the platform as well, and not just have a $200 a month limit. Someone might pay $1,000 or $5,000 depending on how big their lists are.
You're really good at these upsells. You're really good at these extra features. How do you think about what to add? How do the rest of us think about it based on what's worked for you?
Okay, that's a great question. And everyone thinks the question most people ask is like, what price point should my upsells be? It has nothing to do with that. It has 100% to do with like the logical progression of events for your customer, right? So like when someone comes to you and they buy something, like let's just say it's weight loss, right? So they come to you and they buy a weight loss book, right? And let's say it's about how to get abs. So they buy that. Second they put their credit card in, they click the button. In their mind, that problem has now been solved. Like I now have 6-pack abs.
Okay.
The second it's done. And people don't think that. So what people do wrong is the next page is like, cool, you bought my abs book. Do you want my abs video series? It's like, no, I just solved that problem. I gave you money. It's been solved. So we have to think through for logical upsells is like, okay, I just got abs. What's the next logical thing I need? So it's like, cool, you got abs now, but how'd you like biceps? Like we can work you out. This is my training program to grow here, right? Or for funnels, it's like, here's this funnel software, or here's this book teaching you how to deal with funnels. But like after you have a funnel, you need traffic. So traffic's the next logical progression. So as soon as someone's bought something, my mind, in the customer's mind, I believe that problem's been solved. And it's like, hey, what's the new problem that's been opened up because that problem's been solved? That's the
I
logical
got my
upsell.
email addresses because of ClickFunnels. The next problem I'm probably going to have is what do I send to people? And that's what you're solving. What about this fill your funnel? It's a new software.
Yeah.
What is it?
So how do you know these things? That is good. You have been digging. So I'm writing my third book right now. It's called Traffic Secrets, and then on the back of it we have software that's called Fill Your Funnel that matches how we do traffic with the book. So if someone reads the book, you log in, and the way we do traffic, we focus very heavily on like influencers. We call it the Dream 100. So you come in and you log in, you're like, okay, here's the people in my market. There's Tony Robbins, there's Andrew, you list all these people, and it starts pulling all their data, scraping all their ads, their funnels, and everything, and shows you everything that's happening in their companies, so you can reverse engineer it for what you're doing.
So if I admire what John is doing for you guys, I could put you in the software, you'll show me what you guys are doing, and then I'll be able to scrape it and do it myself. You're nodding, and you're okay with that.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Excited.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm excited.
Have you been doing that? Is that part of what's worked for you guys at ClickFunnels?
Yeah, we call it funnel hacking. We like to look and see what other people are doing.
And so you're actively looking to see what people, man, as an interviewer, that'd be so good for me to understand what people are doing to get like traffic to their sites. All right. And so
We buy everybody's product, everyone's. I bought Drew's like 6 times. Yeah, you're welcome. Just because the process is fascinating to see.
and then the book. What's the name of the book?
Traffic Secrets?
Why is everything a secret? What is that?
I don't know.
No, I feel like you do. I remember it was, I
It
think it was
out-converts. 100% it's because it out-converts.
because the word secret out converts in everything.
Everything that I used to on stage be like, the top 3 myths, the top 3 strategy, the top 3 lies, the top 3 everything. And like secrets always out-convert everything else. And
So that's the name of this book. I'm looking here to see. Yeah, Melanie, she told me when you organized this event, you said, secret project. That's it. And then
if I just tell people what's happening, then they like, oh, cool. You have to build the anticipation.
even within your team.
Especially within the team. Yes.
So secret is one big thing. What else do you do?
Secrets, hacks.
No, within the team. So now you get them interested by saying it's a secret. Boom.
So I'll tell them a story. I'll tell them the beginning of a story. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, I was just cleaning the wrestling room and I was going through this thing and I was listening to Andrew and he was doing this campfire chat and it was amazing. And he's telling this whole story and I have this idea, it's gonna be amazing. But I'll tell you guys about it tomorrow. And so what happens now is they've got a whole night to like marinate on this and be like, what in the world? And they get all excited. And then when they show up, they're anticipating me telling them. And then when I tell them, then I get the response I want. If I tell them, they're like, oh, cool. I'm like, no, like you missed it. Like, yeah, I need that. In fact, I'll share ideas all the time. I'll pitch it out there just to see, like, I know if it's a good idea because Brent will be like, I got chills. Dave will start freaking out. And that's when I know I'm like, okay, it was a good idea. If they're like, oh, that's cool, I'm like, crap, I'm not doing that one.
I've heard one of the reasons that you guys hang out together is one, he's an extrovert and you're an introvert. But the other one is Dave will like one up you.
It starts the process. This is the bubble soccer event we did. Initially it was like launching a viral video and then like, let's bring some people into it. And then we're asking somebody who could bring like big influencers, like, you have to do something crazy, like get a Ferrari and let him drive over it in a monster truck. And I was like, that seems extreme. I was like, what if we like played football in the Boise State Stadium? And Dave's like, what if we did bubble soccer? And like, what if we tried to set a Guinness Book of World? And then next thing we know, we're all Guinness Book of World Record champion bubble soccer players. So it was amazing.
And that's the thing that I've heard about your office environment, that it's this kind of atmosphere where, see, for me, look at me, I've got that New York tension. When I talk to my people, when I talk to everyone, it's like, we gotta do something already. And you guys like fun, there's a ball pit or whatever in the office, am I right?
It's a lot of-
I go, we're gonna create a new office, let's have a bowling alley in it, and it's a place to shoot. That's the truth.
This is the truth.
Does he also tell you, like, we need to do something this weekend, date night, it's a secret?
Maybe I need to do more of that, huh?
Yes. Does he use persuasion techniques on you?
It doesn't work on her.
No?
She's the only person I can't persuade. It's amazing. My powers are useless against my wife. It's unfortunate.
Do you actually use them, or when it comes to the house, you go, "Come on, I'm tired already. Just."
I tried to do something today, and she's like, "That was the worst sales pitch ever." I'm like, "Dang it." All right, I'll try again.
Hey Siri, text my wife. I've got plans for tomorrow night. So good. Russell just told me about it. I'll tell you later. Secret. Period. Send.
That's amazing.
Wowee. Does anyone know how I could get a babysitter here?
Oh yeah,
It is. Oh. You're a little too eager to spend time with my kids. No. Thank you. All right. I said that I would take a few more questions. I know we're almost out of time here. Who was it? There was someone on the right here who was especially...
Hi. Okay, Russell. So I've been in your world since about 2016.
Hang on a second.
What?
I'm sorry to curse. Who the comes to a software event and goes, "I've been in your world. This is amazing about you. I'm in San Francisco. There's nobody who goes, I'm so glad I've been in the HubSpot world." No, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. I had to interrupt. It's like... Okay. Yes. I've been in your world. He's selling you software. You're in his world.
You have to listen to his podcast. It's a.
I listen to his podcast. It's just him talking.
He talks about it. It's a It's a universe. He creates a universe like
this. Blew my mind. I thought it was him in like a professional studio. I saw him in San Francisco. He's talking into the voice recorder on his phone. Okay, yeah. I got a feeling that Russell's going to go at some point. Religion is just an info product. I think I could do a better job here. All right, yeah.
Okay. I entered the ClickFunnels universe in 2016. And since that time, I came in with a lot of hopes and a lot of, it was a really exciting experience to have you break down the marketing that's, you like really simplified it, right? So I see that I'm an ambassador for the One Comma Club challenge right now, and people are coming in with such high hopes and such tremendous faith and trust in you. And I have friends that I've brought into it and everything, and they're coming in just like they're really staking a lot on how they've been persuaded to join your universe. And so, universe is the wrong word, but from that, like I guess the question is, there's a few things. I think a lot of people are afraid of that type of responsibility in the products that they're delivering, and of course there is a tremendous failure rate of people who don't get what they're persuaded in. And so there's a lot of magnification on the 2 Comma Club and the people that are the successes. But the question that I have is the responsibility that you feel for that. I feel that you feel the responsibility because you're constantly looking for new ways to simplify, to bring in new coaches, to bring in the new team, to like make products and offers that are, completely irresistible. Truthfully, I went to Funnel Hacking Live. I'm not spending any money. Okay, $20,000 later, but it was truthfully so irresistible. So, but you've like crafted such unique things in an effort to truly serve that client and really get them to the place that they're looking to go. So I'm not sure if the question's coming out, but it's a lot of responsibility that all these bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, wannabe marketers are coming in really truthfully feeling the genuine just truth that you're telling them, but then like there's a big crash and burn rate too, which is normal in that space. I'm not sure what the question is, but
congratulations to the people in the 2 Comma Club. What about the people in the No Comma Club? What do you feel as a sense of obligation to the people who aren't yet there? What do you feel about that?
Is that the question?
Is that right?
I guess the question is, so there's 2 parts. One is the responsibility that other people are feeling, the fear that they're feeling to put something out there because they're afraid of a failure rate. So just like Whitney over there was talking about, she's got those fears. So there's normal fears that come along with that, and so how you deal with that in that it's not because of lack of delivery on your end, but there are still people who are spending tremendous amounts of money or small amounts of money that just aren't getting what it is. So it's really about your internal feelings about that topic.
It's a good question, and there's a lot of different ways I could answer it. I'm trying to think. For me, it's I think it's a big reason why I do have a constant drive, because I do feel like a huge obligation to people who sign up for our stuff, right? And so it's like I'm always thinking, how do we simplify this? How do we simplify it? What's the best way to do it? Like, what's the thing? But that's also what like creates innovation, right? So what creates the ideas is that like, how do we serve these people better? How do we serve them better? Probably the best analogy. In fact, Brandon over here was working on a video, and he sent me last night that I had a chance to watch, which was really cool. we had Sean Stevenson speak at the second Funnel Hacking Live. Was anyone there for that one? A couple of guys. And he gave this, Sean Stevenson, you know him, he's a 3-foot giant. He's this little dude in a wheelchair, one of the coolest humans on earth. And he told this story. It was funny because, man, I had like another emotional connection watching it. And he talked about stories like, how many of you guys here are upset because you got like 17 followers on Facebook and you got 13 likes on your YouTube video and you're pissed because of all this stuff, right? And I think a lot of people feel that way. Like, I'm trying this thing, I'm not a millionaire yet, I'm not making any money, and blah, 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 and like they're upset about that, right? And what Sean said, he's like, do you know how, did you know how they choose who they're gonna save? When a helicopter's flying into an ocean and there's a boat that's wrecked, there's all these people, guess how they choose who they're gonna save? And he said, what happens, the helicopter drivers, they fly over there and they go down, the people are gonna save them, and says, guess who they save? They save the people that are swimming towards you. He says, like, that's how you do it. He says, if you try to save everyone, they'll drown you, it'll drown the boat, and everybody dies. But you save the people that are swimming towards you. And they came back to say, those 17 likes on your video, like, those are the people that are swimming towards you. Like, you have to understand that. And so for me, it's like, we talk about the money because it gets people inspired, but like when it all comes down, the real internal belief, like no one really cares about the money, right? They want the feeling of the connection and the help, and they want to change the world. They have their thing. And so it's like, we talk about the money because it gets people excited, but I don't know anybody who that's the real reason why they're in business. Like they're in it because they want to help those people that are coming towards them. And so you notice when you get deeper into the culture, right? It's not just money, 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 money. It's like, how do you serve? How do you impact? How do you change the world? How can you get your message clear? How can you do those things? And when you shift from the money to that, then the money starts magically coming. And so for me, it's just like, how do we get people thinking that way more often? I don't know if that's the right answer, if that helps at all, but it is definitely something I feel a big obligation for. But I also feel like I'm super grateful for the people who were willing to, I'm grateful that Don Lepre spent all that money doing the infomercial on that thing. And I didn't implement it back then when I was 14, right? And I'm grateful for the next guy who re-expired me, and I bought the thing and I didn't do anything, and the next person and all those things, because eventually it stuck, right? And so for me, it's like, I want to keep creating offers and keep doing cool things and keep trying to inspire people, because it might not be the first or the second or the fifth, but like eventually if I keep being consistent on my side, it's going to keep getting it. And eventually the right people, those who actually have something they want to share, who actually like care about what they're doing, will figure out the way. And we're just going to keep trailblazing and trying to do our best to make a path that they can all follow. And so that's kind of how I look at it.
Great question. Let's close it out with one more. Yes.
The biggest question I have for you, Russell, is I've seen you guys' amazing group you guys have at ClickFunnels, and every time I go in your guys' office, it's nothing but just like excitement, energy, and not only you have to like inspire, you don't have to inspire your workers to work for you. They come like they're excited, and hearing your amazing stories that John and Brett had, they stayed with you for all this time, and you pushed them and they pushed you, and there's this amazing cycle. I'm curious as far as, because I want to have an amazing group like that one too, so I can affect the world the same way that you have, and even do better than you did. And it's like a complete like admiration thing. Like that's I don't know.
Cut from the same cloth here.
That's his dad.
That's my dad. Yes.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But no, the question I have for you is, how do you find those people? Is it nothing but like a whittling out process, or do you see these people, these characteristics already in the people that you have?
Wait, one sec. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
20 years old, you admire your dad and the guy he works with so much that you want to not just be like him, but be more like him? Can you take care of my kids tonight? Sorry, that's amazing. Does your dad come home with like this energy, like, we're going to capture the world, here's what we're going to do?
It is the funniest thing. Oh my gosh. So every way you see him online, social media, whatever the heck it is, it's exactly the same way he's at home. When you see him on the TV, like talking about like, oh, like this is like when you interviewed him.
I subscribe to his podcast. I see that thing.
All right, so
and
you know,
like that
you know
too.
as much as I do
He motivates you
then.
too?
Yeah.
What do you motivate you to do to sell as a kid, or to upsell as a kid? You guys
So he would like talk to us like he was a salesperson, basically, in the aspect of like, he talks about things as far as like, this person did a terrible job at selling. They could have done this, 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 and this. And like, we're like 10 years old, I think at the time, I don't know. It's more of a recent change since he's joined ClickFunnels. It's got this amazing excitement and energy. And it's an amazing thing that I wish to have people like my dad when I start to do my own thing.
It is contagious, isn't it?
Yeah, it totally is.
Like, I'm done watching. What's this new vlog that you've got? It's on Russell. It's on Russell Brunson's YouTube channel, right? I'm at the end of it going, to hell yeah, why am I taking a shower now? I gotta go, I got stuff to do, right? These guys are out there taking over San Francisco. That's my city. So I guess you're feeling the same way at home, right? At city now, he's there twice. He suddenly owns a place. So your question was,
Oh, so yeah, my question was basically, how do you find these amazing people to work not only for you but with you and to help you accomplish your dream? Is it a whittling out process, or is it you have this
such a good question,
innate
yes.
ability to like find people?
So as you were saying that, I'm thinking about like the partners on our team, who none of them came through like a help wanted site. None of them came through like Brent went to church with me and he showed up every single week, every single month. He was my home teacher and showed up every single month consistently, and we became friends, and then we did stuff together. John married my cousin. We were on the boat in the middle of the lake, and he pitched me on a network marketing opportunity. I was like, I love this guy. And then I pitched him back, and then like we've just, and it was amazing. And then, Dave, we were at an event like this, and then we had a sign-up sheet if you wanted to take the speakers out to dinner, and Dave ran back and signed up every single line under mine, so I went to every single meal with him for 3 days. Like, it's just, I think a big part of it, like, I think most entrepreneurs can't build a team because they're like waiting to build a team, and I think for me it was like, I didn't know what I was doing, so I just started running, and what happens when you're moving forward and motion's happening, like, people get attracted to that. And some people will come for, bad reasons and they'll leave. People, and, I've been taken advantage of multiple times. Like, things like that will happen, but the right people will stick around. But it's all about, it's the motion, right? That's what people are attracted to. Is like something's happening, like, I don't know what's happening, but I want to be on that train, and they start coming. And so I think it's just taking the initiative, like, hey, I'm going to start running, and I have no idea if anyone's going to follow me ever. But if I do this and I keep doing consistently, then people will. And it's a consistency thing. I'm 15 years into this business now. I'm 8,000 funnels deep, but it's a consistency. And like when you do that and you're consistent, then the right people just start coming into your life. And but not waiting for initially. If I would have waited to build my team initially, like we wouldn't have a team, right? Everyone we met was like as we were having motion, the right people started showing up.
all right, thanks. All right, speaking of, thank you. How many people here are actually at ClickFunnels? If you work at ClickFunnels, can you guys stand up if you work at ClickFunnels? There you go. I feel like at the end of this, everyone's going to want to go and meet Russell. Everyone's going to want to go and mob him, and he's not that social, number one. Number two, I feel like you're going to pass up these fan-frickin-tastic conversations. I've gotten to know the people who work here a lot really well in preparation for this. I really urge you to see the people who are wearing these t-shirts, get to know them, push them into a corner, understand what's working for them, and really, you're fantastic people. Thanks so much for helping me do this. All right. And thank you for having me on here. I really appreciate you being open, being willing to let me take this anywhere. You said, I understand what Andrew's trying to do. He's trying to figure this out. I'm going to let him run with it and let him make the magic happen. And I think we've made a lot of magic happen. Thanks so much for having me here.
Yeah, man, it was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. I'm looking forward to meeting every one of you. Thanks.